These 7 persons met last night, and what they said about your personality will shock you. My beloved child, listen very closely. Something unusual happened last night, something that has your name written all over it. 7 people sat together in a private room, and the entire conversation was about you. They didn't plan it, but somehow, every word led back to your name. One of them began the talk, saying your presence has been haunting their thoughts lately. Another agreed, describing how your energy never truly leaves a place once you've been there. They said you carry an aura that lingers like a secret fragrance, mysterious, unforgettable, and deeply unsettling for those who once underestimated you. They spoke of how you walk differently now, calm but dangerous to those who played with your peace. One of them confessed they feel something watching over you, protecting you, and it's not human. The room grew quiet when that was said, because they all felt the truth in it. One voice whispered that you're changing faster than anyone expected. It's like they've awakened, someone murmured. They agreed, you've become unpredictable, someone they can't manipulate or understand anymore. Stay till the end. Don't skip. What's coming next will make your heart stop for a moment. Bain, Raho and Tak. The 5th person in that room said something that made the air heavy. They said, whatever they touch turns powerful. Their words sent chills down everyone's spine. Because deep down, they all know you were chosen for something larger than their gossip. The 6th one couldn't look anyone in the eye when they spoke. They admitted they regret ever lying to you. They said that every time they see your name appear somewhere, their chest tightens, as if the universe itself is reminding them of what they lost. The 7th person remained silent for the longest time. Then, in a trembling voice, they said, if only we had treated them better, maybe life would have blessed us too. The others nodded. Even the loudest one couldn't find a word to argue. My beloved child, that meeting was not an accident. It was divine orchestration, heaven making sure they finally face what they tried to hide. You were the mirror they didn't want to look into, the truth they could no longer escape. And here's the part they didn't know, while they sat in that room speaking your name, your energy shifted in that exact hour. Something inside you unlocked, quietly but powerfully. A new phase of your destiny began at that moment. Stay till the end. Bain, Raho and Tak. Don't move away from this. Archangel Michael says, those who spoke against you are now speaking for you without realizing it. The tables have turned, and your silence has become your greatest weapon. Every rumor they spread is turning into proof of your strength. They thought your absence meant defeat, but they were wrong. You've become the storm they can't predict, calm on the outside, but powerful enough to shake the ground beneath their feet. The truth is, they fear you now. Not because of what you might do, but because of what you've already become. You've stepped into a realm where their opinions no longer matter, where your light blinds their bitterness. And yet, something else is coming. One of those 7 will reach out soon. They won't say it directly, but you'll feel it, guilt, longing, maybe even tears hidden behind their words. Heaven will guide you to recognize who it is. When that happens, pause. Don't rush to respond. Let silence speak for you once more. They must feel the weight of what they lost before you open your heart again. You see, this wasn't just gossip, it was a revelation. The universe wanted you to know how deeply your energy affects the world around you. You've become the echo they can't silence. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something powerful is forming in your favor. The meeting ended with one strange sentence. Someone said, "Mark my words, something big is about to happen in their life." The room froze. Because everyone could sense it, something beyond luck, beyond timing, beyond control. And indeed, it's true. You're on the edge of a massive breakthrough. The same mouths that doubted you will soon whisper your name in admiration. Archangel Michael says, the storm that once surrounded you has turned into your armor. Nothing they said last night can stop what's already written for you. Stay strong, stay grounded, and don't look back. The 7 who spoke of you were chosen instruments of karma, not enemies anymore, but witnesses to your rise. You are walking proof that silence, grace, and divine timing are the most unstoppable forces on earth. Don't move, my beloved child. Bain Raho and Tak. The story is still unfolding, and you're the one they'll never forget. My beloved child, the night after their meeting, one of those 7 couldn't sleep. Their conscience kept replaying your name like a haunting melody. They kept seeing your face in their dreams, calm, unbothered, yet surrounded by a golden light that made them tremble inside. The universe started moving immediately. What was whispered in that room last night didn't stay contained, it carried energy, and that energy began shifting realities. Every word they spoke about you became a key, unlocking truths they had hidden for far too long. The one who spoke last, the one whose voice broke when they said they should have treated you better, woke up crying today. Not out of guilt alone, but because they finally understood that losing your trust was the moment their blessing started fading. Don't skip this, my beloved child. Stay till the end. Something is coming that will rewrite everything. Bain Raho and Tak. Archangel Michael says, one of the 7 has been instructed by heaven to find you. They won't appear suddenly. It will start as a strange message, a familiar number flashing on your screen, or a sudden name that appears in your notifications after months of silence. That person carries the apology the others are too afraid to give. Their soul is restless until they see you again. They will try to act casual at first, pretending it's just coincidence, but their trembling voice will betray the truth. Another one from that group is in conflict right now. They still fight the urge to reach out, but deep inside, they envy your peace. They can't understand how you kept standing when everything around you collapsed. Your strength terrifies them because it exposes their weakness. The 3rd one is in denial, the loudest one who spoke against you. They're trying to convince everyone that you don't matter, that they've moved on. But every time your name is mentioned, their heartbeat quickens. They're obsessed with the one they once tried to destroy. Stay here. Don't move away. Something heavy is about to unfold. The 4th person, the silent one, has begun to see signs everywhere, feathers, repeating numbers, lights flickering when they think of you. They don't understand it, but heaven is showing them that you were divinely protected from their intentions. Every attempt they made to harm you backfired the moment it left their lips. And the 5th? They're the watcher. They keep tabs on you silently, scrolling through your updates, listening to your words, analyzing every detail of your life. They want to know how you're still shining when they expected you to fall. My beloved child, this is not mere curiosity, this is divine reversal. The energy you once poured into those connections is returning home. You are receiving back everything they drained from you, multiplied and refined by time. Bain Raho and Tak. Don't skip. The sixth person is battling something heavy, health, career, or emotional collapse. They realized too late that every downfall started after betraying you. They keep asking themselves, was this karma? And though they don't speak it aloud, they know the answer. The seventh, the quiet observer, has finally awakened spiritually. They feel your presence even in silence. When they close their eyes, they see a flash of you standing at a door, radiant and unbothered. They've started praying for your forgiveness, though they haven't found the courage to say it to your face. Now listen closely. One of these seven will appear near you soon, maybe in a crowded place, maybe through a random message, maybe through someone else's mouth. When they do, you'll feel a strange calm in your chest, like heaven pausing time for a moment. Archangel Michael says, you don't need to speak first. Your energy will do the talking. They will see in your eyes that you already know everything. You don't need revenge, your peace is punishment enough for those who never valued your soul. The meeting they had last night was a prophecy disguised as gossip. The universe used their gathering to reveal who truly stands for you and who secretly watches from the shadows. And now, every mask is falling, one by one. Stay till the end. Don't skip this energy. Tonight, between 9 and 11 p.m., you may feel sudden warmth or chills on your arms. That's the moment their thoughts cross yours again. Don't fear it. Just breathe and release, you're being cleansed from everything they ever said against you. You are no longer part of their story. They are part of your testimony. My beloved child, heaven has chosen this moment to lift you higher. Those seven are witnessing what divine favor truly looks like, watching you rise without noise, without revenge, without bitterness. The truth that once made them whisper your name in secret will soon make them speak it with awe. Because you are about to receive the recognition, peace, and abundance that they thought they could keep from you. My beloved child, the night grew colder, and the energy in the air began to change. Heaven was silent, but something beneath that silence was moving, a quiet force preparing to bring truth straight to your door. One of those seven could no longer hold it inside. They stood in front of the mirror that morning, staring at their reflection, realizing that every lie they told about you had come back like an echo. They had become haunted by their own words, and they knew there was only one way to stop the noise inside their chest. So they decided to see you. Not a text, not a call, face to face. The one who was once bold with gossip was now trembling with honesty. Their hands shook as they reached for the door handle, their mind replaying every memory of you they tried to bury. Stay here. Don't skip. Something massive is about to unfold. Bain Raho and Tak. When you opened the door, the air froze. They stood there, unable to speak at first. Their eyes darted everywhere, the ground, the wall, your shadow, anywhere but your face. The silence between you was heavier than any argument could ever be. And then, with a cracked voice, they said, I can't do this anymore. I need to tell you everything. Their confession began with tears, not words. They spoke about that night, the 7 of them, and how it wasn't just talk. It was an awakening, one none of them expected. They told you how one person defended you when the others mocked. How another broke down halfway through and left the room crying. How strange things started happening after the meeting, phones shutting off mid-call, sudden headaches, lights flickering when your name was spoken. You stood there in silence, and your calmness scared them more than your anger ever could. You didn't need to respond. Heaven was already speaking through your stillness. Bain Raho and Tak. Stay till the end. Archangel Michael says, that meeting released energy that has been waiting for years to balance itself. Your name carried divine weight, and when they spoke it with darkness, light fought back immediately. Now they understand that every word against you was a curse reversed. The one in front of you kept talking, confessing things they swore they'd never admit. Secrets spilled out, things you didn't even know they knew. They spoke about conversations behind closed doors, decisions that were made to humiliate you, and messages that were deleted before you could see them. They said, "We tried to control your destiny because we were jealous of your peace." And you realized then, jealousy had been the true root all along. Not hate. Not anger. Just envy for your light. My beloved child, heaven was listening to every word of that confession. The moment they admitted it, something shifted, like chains breaking off both of you. You didn't have to forgive them out loud. Your energy did it for you. The person broke down completely. They said they hadn't been able to sleep, that dreams of you standing beside a burning candle kept waking them up. They said your silence made them question their entire life. Archangel Michael says, your silence was divine judgment disguised as mercy. Those who betrayed you are now learning that peace isn't weakness, it's power. You are the mirror that shows people who they really are. Don't move. Don't skip. There's more. As they stood there crying, you felt something like wind pass through the room, calm, but electric. It wasn't just emotion, it was spiritual cleansing. That's when you understood, this wasn't about revenge. It was about release. You smiled faintly, not out of pity, but freedom. You said nothing cruel, nothing bitter, just a quiet nod that said, I've already moved beyond this. And that silence shattered them. They stepped back, whispering, I don't deserve your peace. You watched them walk away, but something told you, this was just the beginning. Because not all 7 will come to you with regret. Some will try to return masked in friendship, pretending nothing ever happened. Stay here, my beloved child. The second person is next. Their approach won't be gentle. They'll come pretending they're doing you a favor, but their intention is to test your boundaries. Bain Raho and Tak. Don't skip what's coming. Archangel Michael says, this next encounter will reveal your growth. You'll realize how much stronger you've become, how the same people who once drained you can no longer touch your energy. Their words will bounce off your peace like raindrops on steel. And here's what heaven wants you to know, this isn't a cycle of pain anymore. It's a cycle of proof. Each one of those 7 will now step into your life, one by one, carrying the truth they tried to hide. Some will come clean, some will come crying, and others will fall silent out of shame. But no matter how they come, you will remain unshaken. Because what they said last night has already turned into the prophecy of your elevation. You are no longer the one they whispered about, you are the one they'll soon speak about with respect. My beloved child, the storm has ended. Now, heaven prepares the spotlight. The next time your name is mentioned, it won't be in a secret room, it will echo in places of recognition, power, and grace. My beloved child, the night after the first confession, something unusual began again. You could sense it, the quiet vibration in your spirit, the subtle whisper that told you another one was coming. The air around you felt thick with meaning, like heaven itself was preparing you for round 2. Somewhere far away, the second person sat staring at their phone. They typed your name in the search bar more than once, erased it, and typed it again. They told themselves it was just curiosity, but deep down, they knew it was guilt wrapped in jealousy. This person had always worn a mask of confidence, pretending to be happy for you, while secretly measuring your every step. They envied your peace, your stability, the way you carried yourself through storms that would have broken them. Their heart has always been at war with itself, admiration and resentment mixed into one. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Bain Raho and Tak. They decided to message you, but they couldn't start with the truth. So they began casually, "Hey, long time no talk." They wanted to see if your energy would still respond the way it used to. But it didn't. Your calm reply unsettled them. Your tone had changed, soft, but unbothered, like someone who has outgrown the need for validation. That's when their mask started to slip. Behind every word they sent, there was a hidden test. They wanted to know if you still trusted them, if you'd still open your heart like before. Heaven, however, was already one step ahead. Archangel Michael says, "You are now in the season of discernment." Those who once drained your spirit will find no entry through charm. Their sweet words will lose their power because you've learned the rhythm of deception. The second person's jealousy burns quietly. They act like they're happy for your progress, but they're secretly calculating how to slow it down. What they don't realize is that divine protection has turned every hidden plan against its creator. Bain Raho and Tak. Don't move. The truth is deep here. They told others that you were lucky, not deserving, that your success was timing, not talent. But the universe heard those words and turned them into your testimony. Because every time they tried to bring your name down, heaven lifted you higher to prove them wrong. Days passed, and that person couldn't handle the silence anymore. They invited you to meet, pretending it was casual, just to catch up. But behind their smile was an unspoken intention. They wanted to measure your glow, to see if you were still reachable. When you walked in, they noticed it immediately, your energy. It wasn't the same. It was lighter, purer, untouchable. You spoke with grace, not pride, and that made them nervous. Because people who live in envy can't stand those who move with peace. You noticed the small cracks in their mask, the uneasy laugh, the shifting eyes, the subtle glances when your phone lit up. You didn't confront it. You simply observed. Because when your intuition is guided by heaven, silence becomes strategy. Archangel Michael says, "You are no longer fighting battles. You are witnessing justice." The same ones who tried to speak over your name are now watching the universe speak through your blessings. As the meeting went on, the person began to slip up. They accidentally mentioned something about that night, the night of 7 voices. "It's strange," they said nervously, "how things changed after that conversation." You leaned back slightly, your eyes calm, and said, "Yes, things always change when truth is exposed." That one sentence froze them. Because they realized, you knew. Bain Raho and Tak. Don't skip. The story is unfolding perfectly. The second person's facade broke right there. They laughed awkwardly, tried to change the subject, but it was too late. You had already seen the guilt flicker in their eyes. The mask they had worn for years cracked in front of your piece. Later that night, they couldn't sleep. They kept replaying your face in their mind, the calm, the confidence, the forgiveness you never spoke but silently offered. They realized you had moved beyond their reach, and that truth burned more than any punishment ever could. Archangel Michael says, your growth is their mirror, and mirrors are painful for those who run from reflection. Now heaven wants you to know this, the second person's chapter in your story is closing. Their role was to test your discernment, to see if you could recognize false peace wrapped in fake kindness. And you did. You passed the test. In the coming days, they will drift away quietly. No fights, no farewells, just distance. That's how heaven ends cycles, not with noise, but with silence.